Ciao, jewelry making friends. My name is Joey Balestrieri. Welcome to my work table and welcome to the very first episode in my new video series called Joey's Jewelry Box. In this series, every few weeks, maybe once a month, I am going to take a piece of jewelry that I either purchased at a thrift shop, was given, or that I made that needs attention, that needs a redesign, an update, that maybe is outdated and I want to harvest the beads. And I intend to share with you what I do to upcycle, redesign, recreate pieces so that we don't waste our beads and our jewelry supplies. So this is my first episode in this video series, and I am working on a necklace that I made for myself last summer. I was taking a trip to Anna Maria Island with a friend. We had a beautiful house on the water. We went to dinner. We did several brunches at different restaurants on the island. And I made this stunning tropical piece to wear with a Lily Pulitzer, very bright pink silk tank top and white jeans. And it was just fabulous. I really love the piece. It is one of my typical long necklaces that I make and one of my go-to beaded chain, but it needs an update and I want to wear it again this summer season. I really love the little hot pink drop and this little coin sun bead and this little crystal bead that also kind of represented the sun. Like, this was just perfect for, a summer vibe, like on the water. And so I created this little beaded chain with candy colors, very happy summer colors, and I really love it. But if you can see what's happened, I took it out this year and I did like double oval jump rings, and my little chain connectors are connected with these oval jump rings that are just commercially made that I purchased, I think from Amazon maybe, and they have tarnished. So probably where they touched my skin, I always wear sunscreen. And so most of them just do not look good anymore. But this is a really beautiful beaded chain with some orange seed beads. And I was looking, all of my little components look great still. They really do. Some of these little bead caps are a bit tarnished, but I think I can live with that. So I decided to just rework my beaded chain using some of these coated jump rings and jewelry findings. I started seeing these like maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago, really heavily in the industry everywhere. I saw them at the craft stores in America. I saw them on Amazon. I saw them everywhere. So I created this little separate box in my storage for findings that have this little enamel coating. And I have been playing with this as one of my ways to combat tarnish. So I have all different size jump rings separated. I have all different size lobster claw clasps, and anything that I find that has this colorful coating on it goes in this box. And I have pulled out all of the orange jump rings that I had in my stash and all of the purple in the same size, and then a couple of this larger millimeter purple jump ring. And I intend to just repair this piece and put it right back into my rotation of necklaces for the upcoming season. So this is going to be a super simple redesign. I'm going to take away all of these tarnished jump rings and just discard them. And this is when I did the little double method just to add a little architecture because I had such a statement drop that I created, kind of a multi-level pendant on this piece. And so the other thing that I'm going to change in this design is the way that the pendant connects to the chain. I was not thrilled with the oval jump rings being right there, so I'm going to take one of these, and let me see, I definitely don't want to mar my coating. You can dip the tip of your pliers in Tool Magic when you are doing things like this, but I don't have any, and it has got a very strong smell for me, and can even trigger a headache for me. So I'm going to be really careful with my connecting. And I even have 2 pairs of nylon jaw pliers. I have this pink pair, and I also have, where's my other pair of nylon jaw pliers? Oh, right here. They're never far. So if I feel like I'm struggling, I may even see if I can get a good grip on the jump rings with 2 pairs of nylon jaw pliers. But that one did pretty well, and I think I'm going to do that. In fact, let me give it a try and see if I can get a good grip, just to make sure that I don't mar these coated jump rings. And I'm going to do that same like double jump ring method. Close that really well. That's pretty good. And so the reason that I chose the purple is because in my beaded chain I had these tiny little purple check glass beads, and this was just like summer fun colors with all the, you know, greens, orange, yellow, pink, purple, just like a really candy colored necklace, and I just really love it. So let's see, this would, I did like a separate little drop here in the pink and purple, and so let me see, and let me disconnect this. And this will go right here. Now these little bead caps are starting to show a little bit of tarnish. And so one of my other anti-tarnish tricks that I love is my Permalac clear protective coating. And I am just going to take a plastic bag literally from my trash can, and I will do these as well, these little gold spacers, because they are also starting to show a little bit of tarnish. For me, it doesn't look too bad yet, and I think I can update this piece with just changing the jump rings and then not letting that get any worse. So if you have not seen this before, it is a really thin protective coating that you brush on even easier than nail polish. It dries clear, so if you accidentally touch something with the brush, you don't even see it. And I am just going to take the time wherever I have used these base metal findings and just give them a little coat. And I just take a plastic bag out of my trash can and put it over my beading mat or my work surface, so that if I drip or if I drop the brush or anything that I'm brushing, I did not ruin my work surface. And it is that simple. And I also have to change, I just noticed these have to come off here too, because these are really badly tarnished. So I really have to change all the jump rings on this piece, but I still love the piece, and I thought these coated jump rings might be a great solution for fighting the tarnish. You know, I just had an idea. Since I'm going to discard these anyway, maybe instead of taking the time to remove them with pliers, just cut them and toss them that way, just to save time, because I counted, I think there's like 32 jump rings in this piece, because I created the beaded chain with connections of jump rings. So I will need another jump ring for here. And again, I think I'm going to add in the purple. And so I chose purple and orange to alternate for 2 reasons. I felt like I needed a little bit more purple in my piece, and also the quantity that I had on hand. And I think it's going to just add to the colorfulness of this piece. So before I work my way up repairing the design, this is what I'm going to do. Just continue with my little Permalac coating, and I'm just going to brush it on all of these little bead caps. They are just base metal fashion jewelry findings, and they are beautiful and inexpensive and really fun for summer jewelry. But I want my piece to last a little bit longer than just 1 season. So, and like I said, if you accidentally brush your bead a little bit with this, you don't see it. It dries clear. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't make like a cloudy film on your beads. And it is that simple. And I'm just going to lay that on the plastic to dry. And I'm going to disconnect the whole piece, and I'm going to brush on that coating on all of the metal findings in this piece and discard these jump rings and create a pattern with my purple and orange beads. And then I also have to decide if I want to simply put a coating on this little base metal hook clasp, or if I want to switch to the lobster claw that's coated in the orange coating. But I think I'll do my clasp at the very end after I see how colorful this looks with the coated jump rings in between. So I'm going to pause and cut away all of these segments. So I have my rhythm going for redoing this beaded chain, and I have these segments that I have used these little bead caps, and as I disconnect them, I am taking my permalac coating and just brushing it on, holding it with my pliers and just getting a little coating. Now, if you notice, I am not remaking any of my components because I use the Softflex Company's 20 gauge wire that has an anti-tarnish coating on it already. So any of the loops or components that I made with that wire do not need to be redone. So I'm going to give you another option. I have also tried this product. Forgive me, I'm reaching behind me. I have also tried this product called Eternal Jewelry Coating. I ordered this from Amazon. It works, and it's very thin, and I don't know why, but it takes forever to dry. I don't know why. This has ended up not being my favorite product. The one from Potomac Beads is absolutely wonderful, but I also from time to time will use just an inexpensive nail lacquer. I keep this right here on the back of my work table in my little caddy, and I've used this to coat my handmade boho beads when I use paper, and if I need to regloss like a natural seashell or element, I will use it for that. But if you can see, that nail lacquer is thicker, and so you have a little bit more drying time, and you know, it's just a little bit more waiting time. So my favorite product for doing this is the Permalac, and I can link that in the description box below. But that is all that I'm doing, and I have my little piece of plastic over here off to the side, and it just takes a few minutes for it to dry. And then I have pulled in some pink coated jump rings just because of the quantity that I'm going to need to complete this chain, and I just didn't think I was going to have enough of the purple and orange. So I have started connecting, and I changed the orientation of my connections a little bit in this redesign, and I may even yet go back because again I went to this larger size jump ring here because I wanted purple, but I have kind of reconfigured, and I cut this one side apart and alternated 2 purple, 2 orange, 2 purple, and that gets me to the end. and I put a pink one at the very end, and then I started off my stringing here with a pink one. So I'm just trying to alternate these candy colors in this beaded chain and get to the length that I need. So let me just show you how I am connecting. So I am using one of my pliers, one of my regular pliers, and one of my nylon jaw pliers, just to make sure that I don't mar these coated jump rings. Let me see if this is dry. Yeah, so that's what I love about the Permalac. Can you see I am touching it where I coated it, and it is totally dry. That is what I love about the Permalac. It is so fast drying. And yeah, I'm looking at my fingers, and you know, it may not be like 100% dry that quickly, but enough that it's not getting on everything. It's not getting onto my work surface. And so I am doing that as I work my way up the design and just connecting these coated jump rings in between. And what I have found is that some of them don't line up perfectly, so I have been using, in order to do my best not to mar the finish, I've been using my nylon jaw pliers like that, just to get it closed really well without putting any marks in that coating. And that has been working beautifully for me. So I am going to continue working my way up the design. Whoops, let me do it this way. Working my way up the design, adding in my components. This one did not have any of the gold spacers or bead caps, so it doesn't need the Permalac coating. And I'm just going to work my way all the way to the end, just doing this, being careful not to mar the coating on those jump rings. And that just looks great. I'll give you a little close-up view. I love adding in this color, and I still have the little bit of gold presence because of the loops on my components and the little bit of gold that was already in this design. So I'm going to continue all the way to the end of this side of the necklace, and then cut open my other side, lay out the components in the order that I have them strung already so that I don't have to rethink the pattern. And I'm just going to continue in this way until I have the whole thing, both sides done, and then I'm going to reevaluate the pendant part and see what I have left over, see if I want to switch to some more pink jump rings. This one is a little bit tough. I don't want to mar that. Let me go back to this. So as I said, if you have tool magic, you might find that helpful here. But I have a couple pairs of these, and that is working without putting any marks. So I'm going to continue. I will pause because this is very repetitive and not very interesting to watch it being done over and over again. And when I get to the finish, we will look at this pendant together and also decide about the clasp. I love my repair and my little kind of mini redesign on this piece. I had to change around my jump rings at the end just because of the quantity that I had to work with. So I did a double purple jump ring here, and everything has been coated with my Permalac coating. So the beautiful gold rim on this gemstone pendant has been coated with that Permalac and the little ring there, and all of my little gold spacers, which they were starting to show a little wear, but not enough for me to re-wrap this piece. And then I reconfigured this little drop here just adding in a couple more of the color-coded jump rings. And I did pull out some pink. They're not an exact pink match, but I love the candy colors in this. And then this piece just worked its way up, switching from orange to purple, all the way up this beaded chain. It still has a little bit of a gold presence. And then I decided to go ahead and brush my Permalac anti-tarnish coating on this clasp as well, because I could have done the jump ring, but honestly this piece is so long I can pop it over my head, and I just finished with the pink, and I liked the little bit of gold presence in my components anyway, so I kept that. And this necklace is ready for another season of wear. I actually may be going back to Anna Maria Island with my friend this season, and so this is just a really beautiful, fun piece. So this is the first video in this series, and I have so many things planned, because I think if you've been around jewelry making for any time at all, you probably have a box or a bin of things that need repair, or that you don't wear anymore, or that you made a long time ago. And you know, it's nice to upcycle and redo things and not be a throwaway society. If you're new to jewelry making, trust me, you will get those pieces. Sometimes we make things and we like it at first, but then we don't like it so much, or you know, we've used some fabulous beads, we've enjoyed a piece, but then we want the beads back and we're going to move on to another design. So that's what this series is going to be about. And I have some vintage watches from my grandmother that I want to repurpose into some jewelry. And then sometimes I go into thrift stores, or like this is a Goodwill piece that I bought. Let me see where the little price tag is. I paid $6.99 for this piece at Goodwill, and I do not know who the fashion jewelry company was. It does have this pretty little charm on the end, and I just thought these components and connectors were amazing. And it has a tiny bit of tarnish here and there, but not so much that I can't work with it. So I have this piece coming, like I said, the vintage watches, some of my own pieces that I want to redesign. And so I think this is going to be a really fun series. Look for that pink jewelry box on the thumbnail for the next video in this series. And on my channel, there will be a special playlist called Joey's Jewelry Box. And that is where all of these redesign, upcycle, and remake and repair videos are going to be placed as I upload them. So I thank you so much for watching today. I will put some pictures up at the end. I know me and my long necklaces, and maybe I'll include this on my next try-on video as well. But I thank you so much for watching, and I hope this has inspired you to take a look at some of the pieces that you have that might need your attention, and that you'll have fun with it. So thanks for watching, everybody. If you like my content, please don't forget to subscribe and give a thumbs up to my video. And if you have not sent me a picture of your little furry faced helpers that are around your work tables, they are so joyful. I love opening those emails and getting them, and the community loves seeing them here and there at the end of my videos as well. So I will put my email in the description box below, as well as links to anything that I have used that I think you might be interested in for your own work. Thanks a lot, everybody. Have fun on your beading mats, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao, jewelry making friends.